Hey everyone, it's Enchanted, and I wanted to talk about this year's breakout star, Chappell Roan. She's had a phenomenal year with multiple huge singles, and her album is still going strong within the top 10 of the Billboard 200. However, it seems like she is constantly getting into controversies outside of her music due to her attitude. A while back, Chappell Roan went on live to condemn people stalking her family, just being overall creepy to her, which I feel most people agreed with. However, she then went on to start kind of dragging fans that wanted pics with her and making it seem like people were kind of weird for even wanting a pic with her to begin with. And I understand, celebs don't owe their fans anything but respect, but she did say it where it didn't really show her in the best light. If a celeb doesn't want to take a picture with you, they are not obligated to take pics with you. And I know a lot of fans were kind of throwing it in her face and kind of they do this often with celebrities, we made you, you owe us this and that and that. And at the end of the day, you are getting music from the artist. That is your return. Anything more shouldn't be expected. You don't have to support these artists or listen to their music. You getting to listen to their music, that is the reward, nothing else. Another criticism that I'm seeing from fans is that, you know, she should have expected this because she's famous. And, from my understanding, she blew up pretty suddenly. Like all of a sudden she was everywhere. I didn't know about her last year or even earlier this year, and then now she's everywhere. You can't escape her. And this would be a culture shock for anybody going from 0 to 100 in the span of a couple months. At the same time, nobody, even the people that believe that they're prepared for it, will truly be able to understand the impact of fame until it happens to them. We might have an idea of a concept, but we don't truly know. Having to see people write think pieces on you all day, even though they don't even know you, getting criticism for your looks or the way you react to the masses. I mean, we all know that it would be hard, but we truly will never be able to understand until we get into that position ourselves. I will say that it is interesting how she's constantly complaining about fame, but she's sure using outlets that will keep pushing her music to the masses. She's canceled a couple of tour dates to, attend the VMAs. And to be fair, this might have been her team's idea, but to complain about fame, but also cancel your small concerts to promote on the grand stage, it definitely looks a little hypocritical. Recently, she's under heat for, not clearly endorsing Kamala Harris. In an interview, she said, both sides, Republicans and Democrats, are both bad. Most people will agree with this, but in this heated political climate, with so much at stake, many people felt like she was making false equivalencies. Seeing as that the right is consistently threatening LGBTQ and women rights, which make, most of her fan base, most of her fan base are women and LGBTQ. And many people were rightfully upset. She then clarified that she is voting for Kamala Harris, but she isn't going to put her full force behind it because she doesn't agree with all the stuff that is going on in her administration. I'm assuming this has to do, with the Palestinian and Israeli conflict. And side note, I'm always a bit confused by this take. I understand, applying pressure to the administration, but Kamala Harris would be a way easier candidate to mobilize under compared to Trump. So, it's interesting to see liberals grilling Kamala so hard and, boycotting her so hard as if the latter wouldn't be worse for the cause. Maybe someone can explain that in the comments. I'm a bit confused by that. I just don't understand. Because when you weigh the benefits of each candidate, what's at stake. But I do want to say that I do think some of the criticism regarding Chappell Roan is understandable. She says things and it's very unpolished and it can be, somewhat off-putting. It's not even that, what she's saying is wrong, but it's how she says it. And it just kind of kills me when she says something like extremely rash and then she kind of acts like dumb, like, what? I don't understand why I'm getting this backlash and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you should be able to articulate your words and opinions in a way that you can actually get your message across. Just calm down a bit, collect your thoughts, and you should be able to if you say it in the right way, you're not gonna get that much backlash, but you kinda say it in a way where you're kinda complaining or, you're kinda venting, which is never really the way that you wanna, go about releasing things to the public. And if you want to be, rough with how you communicate, that's fine, but don't, get on live or whatever and cry about the backlash that you're getting or saying that you're being treated unfairly. It doesn't make sense. You gotta take one if you give one. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Chappell Roan? Do you think she needs more PR training? I know lots of people like that she's so outspoken, they think that it's, really important that we have a mainstream person that's so, unapologetically themselves, that'll just, speak their mind. But on the other end of that, like, you are gonna get backlash because that's just comes with the property, you're gonna be outspoken, you're gonna be rash. I mean, some people aren't gonna take that kindly. To me, it kinda sounds like sometimes, when someone's like, "Oh, I'm just brutally honest. I'm just brutally honest." But really they just come off as like a B. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, yeah, you say you're brutally honest, but it really just seems like you're just trying to dog people and take little jabs at people. Lots of those people that say that they're brutally honest, they're not really likable. You know what I mean? So, like, it isn't coming off in a good light to me, even though I understand where she's coming from in most of these scenarios. It makes me kind of roll my eyes because all you have to do is communicate your thoughts effectively. Just, write it down or just, you can't say it when you're angry or in the moment. Just write it down, just effectively communicate, and the backlash will be minimal. What are your thoughts? Let me know in your comments. Like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.